Leave you to Monte and my thoughts on using AI in the classroom. I use Claude, which is an AI code builder, coder, whatever, to create some software. And I thought the software was pretty good and I'm going to say intuitive, but still I had reluctance kind of using it. I tried to get them to generate some drills, pronunciation drills, and I found that all the students, basically, even students I would expect to be able to use ChatGPT or something like that, because it's kind of that interface, they're kind of reluctant to even get started in it. So, um, what I don't have on the software, because I thought I would be able to kind of talk through it, is kind of like a onboarding library that kind of tells you do this, do that, that I really see a need for, right? Um, I want to keep this kind of agnostic so that it doesn't fall into pronunciation only, because I'll be teaching all sorts of ESL subjects. But since I'm right now teaching pronunciation, I really need it to kind of generate those drills for the students. Um, I guess based on their lessons that they've had. But I wanted to just generate any kind of drills. You need to be a little bit more specific for this, the way I've coded it. So I think the next step here is to link it, something called RAG, and it's retrieval augmented development. In other words, you use your documents, you use what's on your database to kind of um, guide the AI to what to produce, right? So I wanted to create documents based on the lessons. Now I'm going to have to front load the lessons. So I have a syllabus. Maybe I can say, okay, use this syllabus as a document to kind of guess on the kind of pronunciation quizzes you should give the students. So that would be kind of like the next phase that I kind of see as a need for right now, right? I should be able to, like, here, I'm in my course, this course uses this document, and then every time the student view shows up, it kind of runs through that document and said, okay, let's generate some quizzes for you using this document. Now, the only thing is, I'm wondering if I can just front load that document once instead of it having to kind of retrieve it every time, because that's hopefully not the case. So what did AI do in the class today? Caused a lot of confusion. But, anytime you try something new, it's always going to be confusion. I see what it can do. It does generate very good um, pronunciation quizzes, and the result of the feedback is very good too. Like, it tells them exactly which words they were struggling with. So I'm going to have to show them how to interpret the results. I think that also went past them. I mean, to me, there's red and green, and I'm a software programmer, so that kind of means something to me. Um, I don't think it meant as much to them. So, kind of helping them do that. Now, in class, I just want them talking, right? I want them to be able to practice um, the pronunciation. I really want them to get through that. I want them to be listening. So, I'm going to have to flip this classroom like nobody's business. Since they're using these tools, they're going to have to use the video. I have to show them how to use because it's not intuitive for people who aren't using software every day. So that's the thing. I have to show them how to use software, Chat GPT, how to ask for the things that you need, right? If I'm looking for a pronunciation quiz, they have to first be able to say pronunciation. So maybe that's one of the keywords I'll have them kind of go over. And again, I see the importance now very clear about accepting students who are at that level. Because I'm a level 3, and I think I have students from all over the place. And, last semester, since I was level two, it wasn't as, I would say, obvious to me. A lot of students stepped up and went to the next level with their pronunciation. I imagine that will happen this year too. We're doing creating content, um, and they're sharing their content. And wow, people who shared today, amazing. These are people who really understood what it meant to be a content creator. So we had two really nice videos shown, and then we had another lady who can really, her English has improved from last semester. You can totally tell she is a person who's on it, but she didn't share a video. But I imagine her videos will be good because the ideas she says she will share is awesome. So I'm looking for AI to play a bigger role with pronunciation, really targeting phonemes. I'm using Azure Speech API for the pronunciation assessment, and it does go down to the phoneme level, and it goes to the word level. I don't want to confuse the students too much, but we will be looking at the IPA so that they can make better decisions or be at least more aware of how other people hear them, right? So, and it has to be at that phonemic level because the spelling of the word doesn't really actually do enough justice for them to I guess change their phonemes, right? They really have to be, I would say, overly aware of how they're pronouncing their words. So that's the goal. We'll see what happens next week, Monday. The software is good. I updated it a little bit more so that uh, it's a little bit more pleasant. And I've also noticed that they didn't want to ask the question, and so I have a setting in there so that they can preload certain suggestions, like give me a pronunciation test on a topic, and so that will be preloaded so that they don't have to kind of miss out on pronunciation tests because they're afraid to say the word pronunciation. That's it right now. I have a video about how the software works. I'll probably have one of my students talk about their experience with it, and hopefully they can share that. And that's it for now. Thanks.